Good evening. Can all of you hear me? Can all of you hear me? Yes? Okay, good. So let's start. Go.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Kodi Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurumi Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Namah Suryaya Chandraya Mangalaya Budaya Cha Guru Shukra Shani Bhyascha Rahuve Ketuve Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Now let me do the first pranayam. Make sure your body is relaxed from head to toe when you're breathing in and breathing out 7 times. Inhale deeply with Va. Exhale deeply with C by your breath. Follow me through 7 times. Kiriya Babaji Namo. Om Kiriya Babaji Namo. Om Kiriya Babaji Namo.
Start with pranayam. The first pranayam. Inhaling, exhaling deeply. Inhaling Va, exhaling Si through your Sushumna Nadi, the central Nadi. Sushumna Nadi. You know that. Follow me through. Step 2, pranayam, halfway through, 7 times. Follow me. Step 3, pranayam,
Inhaling deeply, exhaling in single breath 7 times. We're going to do Dhanvantri prayer 7 times with your body, with your mind, with your soul, with your energy, with your feelings. We're going to pray to get us out of this COVID situation through Babaji, the Almighty. 7 times.
Does anybody
Follow
else
me.
want to say it? Or?
No, it's okay. So, Ajesh is going to say the mantra, and then you can follow through with Om Kriya Babaji Namo, our Guru. Okay.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रयाय अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वमयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः।
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रयाय अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वमयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः।
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रयाय अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वमयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः।
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रयाय अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वमयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः।
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रयाय अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वमयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः।
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्त्रयाय अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वमयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः।
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
देवाय धन्वन्त्रयाय अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वमयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्री महाविष्णवे नमः।
Om Kriya Babaji Namo. A lot of things happening around the world. Along with COVID. I think it is the test of Kali Yuga time in this world. We're watching so many things going around. As we learn from Siddhas, cause and effect, there's always some reason to it, why this is happening. Hopefully, this is for the good. This is a good change. Let's pray that happens, that good thing happens out of all the incidents that are happening these days. Let's pray our Guru Mahavatar Babaji and our Mahaguru Lord Shivaji and Shakti. So with that introduction, let me ask you if anybody has any questions on the techniques we are following, the techniques of pranayam, the techniques of two-step meditation right now. First meditation for transcendence using a mantra. And I know some of you have to read the mantra, but transcendence can happen in other kinds of meditation also. We are focused on transcendence, so we are using the mantra technique. And the second part, at the Turiyam level, at the transcendent level, we are one with Babaji. So his vibrations give us the knowledge, his vibration gives us the clarity, and his vibrations help for our spiritual progress. That's what you are doing. So if you have any questions or any doubts the way you're doing, maybe I'll give you a couple of minutes if there is any questions. Then before we move on, what he is asking me today. It is good to ask with the transcendence. You just come out of meditation. Anything at the bottom of your heart, bottom of your mind, doubts, please let me know. இல்லையா அம்மா கொஸ்டின் கேட்குறோம் ஏதோ உங்களுக்கு வந்து இந்த உங்களுக்கு மந்திரம் சொல்லணும் நான் நீங்க சொல்ல முடியும்னா வந்துருக்கணும் இன்னைக்கு குமார் உங்களுக்கு எது இருக்கா உங்களுக்கு கொஸ்டின் இருக்கா இல்லையா you're fine okay thank you Shyamji you have any question on the techniques we are doing no you're okay okay thank you so all of you know that many of the things I say and then sometimes I say before even the topic you choose and the way I say it comes from Chittam. So Chittam is an important part. Remember, that's why we call Siddha. Chittam is Manas, Buddhi, Chittam, Ahankar. So when you focus yourself on Chittam, part of the mind, completely, you get messages. You get message. If you're really in tune with your Guru, really in tune with Mahaguru, you're not Shiva. I don't know how many of you know. There are many saints, many gurus and yogis. They really say that they are getting instruction from Almighty Himself. So most of the scriptures are written like that only. And they are getting some message. And so if you are familiar by meditation and all these techniques you are following, the teachings, you should have a handle of the Siddham slowly. All of you know Manas. Buddhi, Chittam, and everything. Same handling and recognizing and using it, applying it, right? Very, very important. And by now, all of you should be, since you have been practicing for some time, should have a little bit hold on your breath. Remember, we consciously breathe in, breathe out, and we consciously control. So by now, at least you should have a little bit of control over your breath, handle on your breath. And you can use that, apply it to daily life sometimes. Like say, for example, you know very well by now, by Siddha's teachings and Siddha's knowledge, there is a connection between your breath and your mind. Between your breath and your mind, the way the mind thinks. Right? Look at your breath before meditation. Look at your breath after meditation. You'll see the difference. Look at the clarity of the mind before meditation. Look at the clarity of mind after meditation. You'll see the difference. With that transcendence, we are doing pranayama. Okay, so you have more control. So sometimes when you cannot control your mind, when it is fluttering towards desires, towards anger, towards worries, towards any kind of imprints, it's fluttering, use your breath. Try to use your breath. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. One technique, 7 times. Go to the second technique, do go through halfway through. And then third technique, holding the breath, and then putting it out, inhaling deeply and giving out. And then think, see whether that imprint, so-called anger, so-called worries, so-called desires, really bothering you. You'll see the change. You'll definitely see the change. So controlling, have a handle on your breath. Now slowly you'll have a handle on your mind also. Okay, that's a very, very important teaching and part of Siddhas. Okay, so in a plain words, of course, they say in complex languages and sutras and all those things. So whatever I get through my Sittam, through our Guru, I try to convey the message. So sometimes topic change also. And sometimes whatever comes there in the Sittam, I just repeat same thing here as a messenger. So for some reason today we message is to get a little bit knowledge about Siddha medicine. Okay, Siddha medicine. Even though you're planning to talk about the sutras, so it so happened that I need to express the sutras now a little bit. I know I want to give a detailed teaching on a separate course on Siddha medicine. We are planning, but somehow it was blocked for some reason. And I saw a lot of blocks coming, so I just stopped there. So I always take the blocks as Babaji's way of saying it. But now the thought again comes that I have to say something about the Siddha medicine. So all of you should know a little bit, since we are following Siddha's knowledge and we are following Siddha's teachings, we want to become, at least to our level best, to be a Siddha yogi. Siddha yogi. So at least attain whatever we can in our lifetime, what they have attained. They have attained 100%, at least 1% we should be getting. Definitely Babaji will help us, our Guru will help us to get it. And all of you know that the first thing we focus in our Siddha's immortality yoga techniques is to live a diseaseless life. It's very, very important to live a diseaseless life. There's a saying in Tamil, without a proper wall, you can't draw drawing. That means without a wall, you can't draw anything. Drawing. So you have to have a healthy body. Very, very important. Those who are trying to follow Siddha's knowledge, you have to keep your body healthy. You have to focus, you have to have a awareness all the time to have a healthy body. Very important. For some reason, for desires, work, and this and that, if you start ignoring your physical health, it is not going to help you, first of all, in your work in the long term. It's not going to help your mind, the clarity of the mind. And it is not going to help even for the purpose of your life, what you're born for. That is the awareness, understanding we have in Siddha's knowledge. We want to really apply at least a little bit to why we are born here, what we should do. That's what we are doing here. Okay, we have clarity. So if you're not doing any progress, if you're not getting any progress towards the purpose of your birth itself, life itself, the life is useless. It's useless. Why you are born there? So again, you have to come back and do all over. Cycle. So we're doing meditation, getting some clarity, introspection, and moving towards spiritual evolution, towards self-realization, then applying the realized knowledge to your life and helping others to progress also. Because remember, we are part and parcel of the same Supreme Spirit. We're all sparks. And sparks are connected since it came from there. One of my Guru Vedatri Maharshi used to say, there's a totality there and we're all fractions. Okay, totality is there. We're all fractions. When the fraction demands, the totality supplies. The fraction demands, the totality supplies. So we have the birthright, because there's our father and mother, supreme father and mother. We came from them. We're not talking about a worldly father and mother. Supreme father and mother is same for everybody, all the living beings. So there's a totality there, and there is a fraction here. If you really follow the rules and regulations of the nature, his design in the universe, then the fraction demands, the totality supplies. The fraction doesn't behave, the totality control. The fraction misbehave, totality will stop. I think, I hope I'm not telling in sutras, but you'll understand. With this basic understanding, look at the world, what's happening around now. If the fraction of the people, fraction of the spirits, behave in a proper way, respect each of the other individual as the same spirit, same needs, same soul, same necessities, same basic needs. If you respect that, even same dignity, if you respect that, all these things won't happen. So that's a problem. If you really look at outside the box. So coming back to our Guru Siddhas, important thing is to keep a healthy body. Even if you cannot have a disease level, at least try to keep a healthy body. Do your duty. You have your duties to your body, just like you have duties to your soul. You know the Siddha, Tirumala Siddha. All of you know Tirumala is one of the foremost Siddhas, whose book Tirumantram is available to us. So in the Tirumantram book, in one of his poems, he says, let me say in Tamil, so I translate, so a little bit better for me. உடம்பினை முன்னம் இழுக்கன்றிருந்தேன், உடம்பினுக்குள்ளே உருபொருள் கண்டேன், உடம்பிலே உத்தமன் கோயில் கொண்டான் என்று உடம்பினை வளர்த்தேன், உயிர் வளர்த்தேனே. In 4 lines, he explains, Udambinai munnam ilukkandrundhen. Initially, when I started practicing this yoga and other techniques, when I was learning as a student, I thought this body is a problem to me. Oh my God, this body needs food, this body needs love, this body needs affection, this body needs everything. It's such a problem, and I have to go to the morning duties, this and that. Oh my goodness, this body is such a pain for me, right? Udambinai munnam irukkendirundhen. That is what I thought. So, in fact, you can see, some of you might see in some traditions, some of the religions, they disrespect the body to such an extent, they disrespect to such an extent that they don't care what happens to the body. They even give the body to the animals once they die. There are some traditions. Some of you might have read about all these things. Don't care. That's what the Siddha says. Tirumala says initially as a student, when I was learning, I was disrespecting my body. Udambinukulle uruborul kandeen. Then he says, after practicing yoga, meditation, pranayam by his guru, Tirumala's guru is Lord Shiva himself. Okay, so by his guru, Nandi is his guru. Nandi's name is Lord Shiva. So after practicing these techniques, then he found out there is some uruborul means there is a porul means thing, right? Uruborul means something which always remains. Okay, something which always remains. That itself is a different topic. All the so-called things, so-called material things we see, they are not really material because they're changing. Whatever you see, whatever you touch and see, they're all changing. They're all moving, right? All of you know that. The earth is always moving around, gravitation is pulling, and the sun and the moon is also pulling gravitation very, very close. The sun has attraction, and we are going around, right? All of you know that. So this cannot be the real thing. Uru Purul. Uru Purul means real, strong, real thing. The Siddha says, Udambinukulle Uruborul Kandeen. He saw one thing, one important thing inside his body. We call Chitakash. We can also say that is your Atma. That is your Jivatma. So once he realizes Jivatma, once he found this Atman, Udambinukulle Uruvarul Kandeen, Udambile Uttaman Koil Gundan Endru. What that means is he is such a Jivatma. Where is the Jivatma come from? Atman come from? Atman come from Paramatma. Atman come from Paramatma. Okay, we always say totality and fraction, or the supreme spark, and we are all supreme light, and we are all small spark, right? So such a big spark as a small, such a big light source, it's a small spark. It is residing there. That is the third eye. That is the Surumna. That is the Agna Chakra, right? That is where the life soul really stays. So once he realized that he called Guru Purul. Guru means strong. It always stays. So whether there is a pralayam or the whole universe exists or not, this will stay. Atman is going to stay some form or another. Whether you're going to be alone, you're going to be an animal, or you are destroyed, or you're going to be part of the nature, or you're going to be with the Paramatman, whatever. It is going to be there all the time. That is why you say Guru Purul, strong thing, right? Guru Purul is such an object, such an important thing. He sees inside him. So once he saw that Supreme Paramatman inside his own body as a Jivatman, once he saw that, Udambinai munnam Udambinukulle Urubul Kandeen Udambile Uttaman Koil Kondan Endru Udambine. Knowing that, once he knows that this person is Paramatman is staying, then he got a shock. Oh my goodness, a place where he is staying, my own body, the Paramatma is staying. I have to be very careful with this body. I have to take care of it. I have to take care of it sincerely. That is my duty. It's just like, you have a temple there. You want to keep it clean. You want to keep neat because God himself is residing there, right? So the itself is a practice. Okay, yama and niyama, it comes there itself. So this body has to be kept clean, pure. See how people are abusing this body in the world. Such a human body which has been given by so much of request, very difficult to get in nature. Or you can be born as a dog, or you can be born as a fish, or this and that, all the life, or even a tree. But why are you born as a human? You ask so many times, repeatedly, to get this human birth, because only through human birth you are going to realize yourself. Self-realization is the highest form of evolution. Highest form of evolution. So that is what this Atman is want. Atman really wants to get the highest realization. We got the human body. How we are wasting? How we are wasting our senses? Worries, desires, going for this and going for that, having so much ego, so much anger, worries. Some people even abuse their body. All right, because some people get pleasure out of it too. All right. Yes, of course, there are some needs for the body. You have to satisfy the hunger. You have to satisfy the thirst. But it's a temple. Body itself is a temple. I'm sure some of you might have heard in some scriptures, the body as a temple. So imagine this body as a temple. And where is the God in this body temple? That is a Jivatman. Anma, you have to believe that. How can I believe Jivatman? How can I believe Anma? I can't even touch it. That is why you do meditation. When you go deep into meditation, slowly you're going to realize that vibrations. Remember, I always ask you, can you feel any tingling sensation, vibration in your forehead? So some of you might have seen that. That is an external symptom of the Supreme Jivatman. So that's amazing. They even say the location. They even say where it is. They even say how it is. They even say how it looks like. Such an abstract thing there, and so much. You can't see in any other scriptures, any other way, any other. I guarantee you, because I look for it. This much of explanation, this much of detail about Atman, Jivatman, mind, and this and that in any other place. They will ask you like a stories, really stories, of course, and they will make you scared, even to go for introspection. Okay, to try to understand. Once you understand this concept of Jivatman and Paramatman very clearly, you will stand tall like Paramatman himself, because you are the spark. What else do you want? Okay. Standing tall, standing strong, having this faith, having this belief. Many other religions have really defeated that important part where it is still intact in our Siddha literature, our Hindu concepts, our religion. It is still there. Still there. Thanks to all our yogis and gurus and siddhas and amazing, amazing thing. This is one of the important reason, main reason why wherever Indians go, wherever they go, they have a temple. Whatever happens to their personal life, they'll be in a religion. Nobody could persecute them very, very badly. Yes, they try. People have tried, people have been trying, they're still trying. It will never happen because the supreme knowledge is there. It's there. And Siddha's followers, we see them, we feel them, we experience them. Okay, so that is the importance of the supreme knowledge you're getting through our great Master and our Supreme Guru. Okay, so Siddha medicine. So where did it start from? Who really taught this? You take any Siddha book, you search Google, wherever you want to go and search, you will see Lord Shiva, Shakti, and the prime people who started spreading this knowledge. Just like our all the Siddha's knowledge started from there. Lord Shiva himself teaching to Parvati, Parvati being a human, Lord Shiva being Deva, he has to teach her to raise her consciousness to his level. So Puran, there are a lot of drama going on between Lord Shiva and Parvati before she gets divine nature, right? She is, of course, the avatar of Supreme Adipara Shakti, but still she's born as a human. She has to rise up. That is why Amman, Allah, Parashakti, and Shakti is so benevolent to humans. Most of her knowledge comes from her. Knowledge she gained from Lord Shiva, he gave to the Siddhas. Siddhas sincerely pray Amman or Shakti because of this. because of this knowledge transfer. You get it from there. Okay, so origin of Siddha's knowledge, Siddha medicine, you can trace it from all the way to Shiva, and then Saptarishis, Siddhas, it comes from there. Okay, Siddha. Okay. Now, Siddha medicine, why it is called Siddha? Because it came from Siddhas. It came from Sittam. Came from Siddha Sittam. How do they put their Sittam? They put their Siddha into their Guru, Shiva. How I am saying I put my Siddham to my Guru, Mahata Babaji. So they put their Siddham there and then they write it. So very, very important. You need to understand. So do not underestimate Siddha medicine because it's so simple. Because, just like we say, oh, take a little bit of tulsi, take a little bit of turmeric. Do not underestimate. Okay, just because it's available in your kitchen, small things. Do not underestimate. All these herbs, all these things, what we are doing, it has been researched for years and years and years, thousands of years. That is why they put that into our food. That's why even the whole world is appreciating some of our foods. They go for it. Of course, they go for the spices and other stuff. That's a different thing. But they all have medicinal properties. Trust it. They all have medicinal properties. That is why even today we have that resistance. So try to get as much Indian food, whatever you're cooking, do it and practice your kids also. The children, main very, very important thing. If you have children who love Indian food, you're really good. You really should be happy about it. Make them learn how to cook Indian food properly. Yes, taste is always there, and because it's not only in the body, it transcends beyond physical body. Okay, it goes to your Shukshma body, it will go to your pranic body, it will go to your Karana body also. So many of these herbals we use in our cooking is also involved. So do not underestimate. I myself have a lot of questions about this achievements or the curative properties of Siddha medicine initially, because my background was in Western medicine. As a scientist, when you're trying to be a scientist, you go through all those different sciences, extract from all the basic sciences, and then apply it to the medical knowledge. So since my background is like that, so we always have a question: how can such a simple herb can cure all this? Right? I was also from there, but then since I was following Siddha's knowledge and the importance they gave it to Siddha medicine, I went and read. I went and studied. And when I found out, I thought I should try myself before I try to recommend to anybody else. I tried myself. And it works. Amazing wonders he was doing. So then I recommended. And then I studied and then started teaching also a little bit as much as possible. So do not underestimate Siddha medicine. It has come from Siddha's interior knowledge. It has come from the applications of all the 96 tattvas. It has come from their deep meditation. Okay, so do not underestimate. It's very, very important. So have faith in Siddha medicine when you take it. Okay, very, very important thing, number one. And with that introduction, who's really the author of Siddha medicine? Who really did it? So most of the writings you can see in all the Siddha's books, all the 18 Siddhas or any of the Siddha, even Babaji's book. If you have some of his writings, some of his books, you will see this is the medicine all the time. All of you remember, some of you know the history of Babaji's Kriya Yoga movement. The first person who got Kriya Yoga was in late 19th century, 1868, I think. It was Lahiri Mahashaya. Lahiri was his first disciple, and the same what we know in the history. And the first thing he did was to give him a herbal bath, oil bath, herbal bath, and of course he touched him to realize who he is, and then he gave his yogic techniques, 144 kriyas. So Babaji also follows the Siddha medicine to some extent. in his teachings also. Same way, any Siddha, it's a Trimular. You take Bhagavatar, you take many Siddhas, Savakya, all the 18 Siddhas, any other Siddhas we follow, you go to the writings, there will be Siddha medicine all the time. There will be Siddha medicine. Amazing. That is why, as a student of Siddha knowledge, you have to know some basic information of Siddha medicine. We are planning to give a certificate diploma course in Siddha medicine through our yoga university. That's coming very soon. I will let you know the details. As I said before, I started that, but then there were some blocks, so I had to postpone a little bit. So, but as a student of Babaji, Siddha knowledge, today I've been asked to give a little bit on Siddha medicine information, basics. Okay, and of course, famous poet in Tamil language, Siddhas most of the time wrote the information. Famous poet Thiruvulluvar. He wrote, Thiruvulluvar wrote 10 poems for each of the topic, right? He wrote 10 poems for meditation, he wrote 10 poems for disease also. We call Noi in Tamil, Noi Nadal. Noi is disease. And he has again 10 poems for that also. So the definition is a disease, Noi Nadi, Noi Mudal Nadi, Vai Nadi, Vai Pachal. This is one of his Quran. What this means is disease when some disease comes, Noi Nadi. Understand the disease, understand the pathology, understand what is the effect, whether it is affecting lungs, or it is affecting your heart, liver, pancreas, kidney, whatever it is. Okay, understand the pathology, Noi Nadi. Noi Mudal Nadi. The next step is first you understand the pathology, then Noi Mudal Nadi. You have to understand where it comes from, root. Very, very important topic in Siddha medicine. Do not treat the symptoms alone. As soon as they say headache, take some aspirin. Where the headache came from? Is it because you were thinking wrong thoughts? Is it because you took some wrong food? Is it because of indigestion? You have to find the Mudal Nadi, where it came from. Today I couldn't sleep well. Find out what kind of allergy you got. What did he eat? What happened there at that time? Don't think, oh, I couldn't sleep today. That is why you have your mind and supreme intelligence given by Almighty. Use it. Use your supreme intelligence. Remember, many of you attended our 96 Tattva class, you know, first Tattva is supreme intelligence. Everybody has supreme intelligence. Maybe it is not activated, that's a different thing. But by meditation and pranayama and all these things, it does get activated. Okay? And that is why for something or other, your mind always tries to get perfection in life. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Where does it come from? It comes from the supreme intelligence. It's pushing you. Okay. Some of you know the Gayatri mantra. All of you know Gayatri mantra. The real Om Bhurbo Shvaha, the real meaning of Gayatri mantra itself. If you watch it carefully, what is the meaning of it? What is the meaning of it? It says that wherever the light from which my knowledge is being induced, that light I am meditating. Okay, யார் என் அறிவை தூண்டுகிறாரோ அந்த கடவுளை துதிக்கிறேன், or we are praying. The supreme light which induces, whoever induces the supreme intelligence, whatever the light that induces the supreme intelligence, I'm praying the light. Amazing, amazing stanza. Of course, it has the vibrations and everything. That's what we give such a respect to Gayatri mantra. But the real meaning is, it is inducing the supreme intelligence. So the supreme intelligence, or creative intelligence, is being induced. Use it properly. Okay. So when I was a faculty member in Maharishi University, they had a class, they had a course by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. It is called Science of Creative Intelligence. Maharishi himself designed a course. Even today it exists. Some of you happen to go to MIU's curriculum. Even today you can see Science of Creative Intelligence. He explained the science of this supreme intelligence, Maharishi himself. And then he wrote a book also. It is called Science of Being and Art of Living. If you have a chance, read that book. Amazing book. The book by which, just like Yogananda was popular for autobiography of Yogi, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi was popular because of his book, Science of Being, Not of Living. Okay, Art of Living, some of you might have heard because of Srishi, but he took it from there only because he's a student. But the book Maharshi wrote is called Science of Being and Art of Living. He will, from the being is the one we are realizing. Being is nothing but the Turiya, the transcendental consciousness. Whatever you're feeling after meditation, that contentment, that feeling, I always tell you an example. Remember, it's like going towards the ocean, you're getting the breeze. The breeze of the being is the one you are getting really in meditation. The breeze of the being. That's why you are content, you are clear. You are, and of course, in transcendental meditation, they will say transcendental consciousness, and there's so many words they put. But whatever it is, the real truth is you are touching the supreme intelligence, supreme consciousness. Okay, in Tamil we call Arivu. Um, whether the Maharishi himself, he built a temple in Arya. The name of it is called Arivu Tirukkoyil. Arivu Tirukkoyil. Knowledge. This is a temple of knowledge. That's why he named it. Arivu Tirukkoyil. So Arivu itself, Arive Deivam. Knowledge itself is God. That is why in one of Siddharth's poems, will come, and I have told you so many times. எல்லாம் அறிவதனை விட்டு எல்லாம் அறிந்தும் பயனேதும் இல்லை எல்லாம் அறியும் அறிவு அதனை நான் என்றால் எல்லாம் அறிந்த இறையனலாகுமே. It's almost like twisting tongue for many of you, if you understand. It's amazing Siddha's poem. It says, in meaning, எல்லாம் அறியும் அறிவதனை விட்டு. There is a knowledge, the supreme intelligence. எல்லாம் அறியும் அறிவு. That supreme intelligence knows everything. Purnam. It's not like science where you see only one part of it. Okay? The supreme knowledge, supreme intelligence, எல்லாம் அறியும் அறிவு. அதனை விட்டு, instead of knowing that kind of knowledge, that is important. The knowledge that knows everything. That is where we should go. எல்லாம் அறிந்தும் பயனேதும் இல்லை. That is the real knowledge. That is the real education. When Thiruvallur says, கற்க கசடற கற்க, learn clean, without any doubt. When he says learn, he's talking about the supreme education. Supreme education of spiritual knowledge. Okay, supreme intelligence. எல்லாம் அறியும் அறிவு. The knowledge that knows everything. Knowledge that knows everything. Instead of knowing that, எல்லாம் அறிந்தும் பயனேதும் இல்லை. If you know everything, oh, I know astronomy. Oh, I am a neuroscientist. I have a PhD in chemistry. I have a PhD in this and that. Oh, I have about 250 publications. I have 500 publications. I have published this paper. So I should be smart. I got a Nobel Prize. So I should be smart. Yes, you are smart. In what? Okay. So if you are not good in this spiritual knowledge, the reason you are born for, the purpose, it is useless. That knowledge you should get. That is what we are getting here in Siddha's knowledge. That knowledge is the supreme knowledge. If you don't know that, there's no use. That's what Siddha say. Siddha say, if you don't understand, if you don't read, understand this knowledge of supreme intelligence, any other knowledge is useless. Then they say, it is useless. Then he say, somebody goes and reads, understands, experiences it, and then he comes and says, that is me. That knowledge is me. Aham Brahmasmi. In Sanskrit, Aham Brahmasmi. Somebody says that with the understanding, with the realization. That person knows everything. That person knows that supreme intelligence. So importance have to be given to the supreme knowledge. That needs a diseaseless body. Clear mind, clarity of the mind. Have you ever seen when you're sick, you can't think clearly? You always think some crazy stuff. Past and present, the manas is going to put you in various ways, various things. In fact, the depression comes because of that only. When you can't control your mind, it keeps on going on its own. So, very important to take care of the body in Siddha medicine. Okay. So, Noi Nadi, Noi Mudal Nadi. So, you look at the disease, you look at the origin, and then Vai Nadi Vaipachaya. That's what Thiruvallur says. Siddha Thiruvallur. Vai Nadi. Vai means mouth. Make sure you be careful, be aware of what you eat. Vai Nadi. That is why in Siddha medicine, sometimes for medicine to work, they always say, don't take this spicy food, at least during the time of meditation, during the time of your disease, when you're taking medication. Don't take the tamarind. Don't take the salt. So that it will be highly effective, right? That is why all this, why not? So according to Siddha medicine, food is medicine, medicine is food. Okay, food is medicine, medicine is food. You have to know that. That is why in our culture, the food itself has a lot of medicines. Food itself has a lot of medicine. So do not underestimate what you are consuming as Indian food has a lot of medicines. Lot of medicine. Okay, so the basis of Siddha medicine is understanding the root of the disease and then attacking the root, not the symptoms alone. Okay, so you have to understand that part first. All right. So being clear on that, we go to the next step. So what is the anatomy physiology of this Siddha medicine? What is the pharmacology of Siddha medicine? What is the treatment? What is the diagnosis? How does it work? Okay, all these things comes. Of course, each one is a separate topic. This whole people study, as some of you know, Siddha medicine doctors in India, they study for 4 or 5 years, just like in MBBS or MD, and then they get the license to practice. But real Siddha medicine by Siddhas haven't gone to school. They haven't done anything. They did the research on consciousness. They did research on themselves. They did research on themselves, research on the society, research on the nature, and combined all together as Siddha medicine. Okay, so they are aware. So as I always tell you, as a Siddha student, Siddha knowledge, a student of Siddha knowledge, you have to have this thing very clear. Clarity about your own self, clarity about the society, clarity about the nature is from the 96 tattvas. Where we went through the 30 and 30 plus 36, 96. Some of you want, we will go through that again, or please check some of the videos we have under the Yoga University. We have videos on 36 tattvas, we have videos on chakras, we have videos on who am I. All these come under Siddha medicine. This is part and parcel of it. Okay. Even if some of you read some of the scriptures, like Kanda Sashikavasham and Vinaya Raghaval, many of the scriptures in Tamil, they will all talk about this. They will all talk about this Siddha medicine stuff, how different organs and your pranayam, your nadis, your everything will be there. Because they made it as a ritual, they made it as a prayer. That's a different thing. But if you go and read with the meaning, Saint Avayar says in one of her Avayar, Kalal Iripum Kartarivite. That means the Kundalini Shakti is being pushed by your Kal means air, by your breathing, by your pranayam. And then she also says in one of the stanza, Sittatrule Sevane Kati. In Sittam, Shiva means that the Supreme Lord. You see it by clearing the Siddha, using Siddha medicines. So there are a lot of mentions in these ancient scriptures. Amazingly, you'll be wondering how everything is going to be the same, similar concepts that have been told by different siddhas, as well as different scriptures also, if you really go deep into it. Okay, so Siddha medicine, you go to the route and you are taking your medicine. Food is also very important part of the Siddha medicine. It's not like You go and see the emergency room here in allopathy medicine. One day they will do the surgery. Next day they will give in chicken as a food. They have a surgery already. And how can you digest the chicken? Right? There's no connection between the food and the medicine they are taking. Right? So it's not like this. In the medicine, the food plays a major role in medicine. Because it becomes part of the medicine itself. Okay? So food is important. Vainadi Vaipachaya. Whatever you take in the mouth, you have to be very, very careful in Siddha medicine. So you have to find the pathology, you have to find the root, the cause of the disease, and then treat the patient along with the food. Okay, Vainadi Vaipachaya. All right, that is one. I'm trying to give you a nutshell. I can't give you everything in deeply, but at least you have an idea. As a Siddha student, Siddha knowledge, people following Siddha knowledge have an idea why certain things we have to practice. I think Babaji asked me to give this little bit of knowledge so that you will practice some of these things in this COVID world, right? Very, very important knowledge you give. And of course, all of this leads to diseases life. For diseases life, even the small basic information you have to get. That's knowledge. You have to have a knowledge of yourself, knowledge of the Siddha medicine. They also include knowledge of planets because our mind is affected by the planets. That's why we have to know a little bit of astrology also. So all these combined together, the completion, Purnam. So if you take any of the Siddhas, the songs and whatever they wrote, their literature, you see all these three. You will see explanation about the self, society and nature. You will also see Siddha medicine, and you will also see astrology or planetary knowledge. That's why Jyotish is very important for Siddhas. So again, as we are talking about, today we're talking about Siddha medicine. So another class we talk about on Jyotish also a little bit, because you have to have some basic knowledge of Jyotish too. Why my mind is not working right, and how I can have a control. Remember when Jayashree is telling initially, we also pray the 7 planets. If you remember, meditation initially, the planets are given importance too, because of mind of birth is all dependent on that. So Siddha's medicine include Siddha astrology also. If you go to a real good Siddha doctor, he will also ask you for your birth date. He will also ask for Jyotish. And they will say, this temple first, pray, and then take the Siddha medicine also. That is how they are doing. Because remember, all of you know, there are, for each planet, we have a temple in Tamil Nadu, right? Then there are temples there. There is a temple for Shani, there's a temple for Buddha, the temple for Shavai. So this is all such a deep knowledge. So go to the temple, get the vibration, whatever the format they ask you to do, and come back and then take a meditation. This is not superstition. Be very clear. Just because you don't understand is not superstition. It's amazing, amazing deep knowledge. Knowledge that comes after deep meditation. Knowledge that came from Almighty Himself, herself. Okay, do not underestimate some of the traditions we have, some of the cultural things we have. Very, very important. Don't abuse it too. There are people who abuse that knowledge too. Use it for the right purpose. Use it for the right purpose. Okay. So we are looking at Siddha medicine today. The main purpose of Siddha medicine is to have a diseaseless life, ageless life, if possible, even deathless life. Some of you might have heard of Mupu, Karpam, and all those things in Siddha medicine. There was a time I was so into it. I really wanted to know what is this Karpam, how they take this Karpam and then suddenly become deathless. And there's a poem that are called many of the poems of Bhoganatha Siddha. If you have read the history of Bhoganatha Siddha, he has gone to China. Some of you might have heard of this Bodhidharma history. Tamil people know about the Aramari movie. Maybe you can tell that on to Bhumika. Deepika to Solvana. You can tell her Deepika also about that movie. We had this Indian king went all the way to China, and that he became the Bodhidharma, and he is still existing as one of the important guru for Chinese people. Chinese people know very well about Bodhidharma because all the kung fu and everything. He's a god. He's a guru, and they know him. He came from he's one of the South Indian king. He went all the way from down there using these techniques, using the Siddha knowledge. So it's a supreme knowledge. He cured many people. If you guys remember, so if you remember this movie, he cured many other people from chicken and smallpox. That's it become popular. Around this COVID and all those things, we have medicines. Today we're going to talk a little bit on that also. Okay, so do not underestimate these medicines. These medicines came from supreme knowledge of these 96 tattvas, not just external studying of certain microbiology and biochemistry and this and that. Then external knowledge. It is more than that. It is deeper than that. Okay. So if somebody says, "Oh, people don't even know what is COVID virus. People don't even know the genomic sequence. They don't know the proteins, what is involved. How can you get medicine for this? They don't even have a vaccine. How can you prevent it?" The science of allopathy, science of medicine is completely different. The science of Siddha medicine is completely different. Even some of the Siddha doctors may not know because they are all going for the business purpose. The science, underlying science of the Siddha medicine is completely different. It is based on the 96 tattvas. It is based on the 72,000 nadis. It is based on the chakras. Okay, it's based on those supreme knowledge. So they all have influence on your nadis. They all have influence in your mind, chittam, your buddhi. Some of you might have heard there are some herbs in certain mountains that will change your mind. You'll forget your. All those things are true because their vibrations even affect you. Okay, so there are a lot of herbs just created with siddhas as well as used by siddhas. Okay, used by siddhas. How are you doing at that time? Okay. So let me briefly say a couple of things and then what I want to say. The Siddha medicine, importance of Siddha medicine, given the basics of this. Another important thing is one of the specific thing we talked about in 96 tattvas is 3 humors. Vatam, Pittam, Kapam. Those 3 humors. Those are the humors. Those are the what can I say? Those are based on the elements. All of you know, our body is made of 5 elements. Okay, water, fire, and so on. Those 5 elements, you know. And these 5 elements together, they become 3 humors in the body. When the 3 humors are not balanced, you get disease. And these 3 humors change according to seasons, even according to your mental thinking, according to your food, underline food, according to your food, according to the age of the person, the 3 humors change. Okay, Vatam, Pittam, Kapam. Okay, Vata has more air element, and Kabam, Kapha, in Tamil Kabam means the phlegm. Kava is water element, more water element, and Pitta is more fire element. Okay, so some of you know, as Tamil people will know, Pitta அதிகமாக போயிடுச்சு, கவம் கொஞ்சம் அதிகமாக இருக்கு உடம்புல. They in common language they say, oh, you have a little more kapha, oh, you have a little more pitta, kapha. Pitta pidichichu. Pitta has gone up. Okay, it's common language we say, since the Siddhas have put some of these words into common language. So these 3 humors, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, even Ayurvedic medicine. Some of you want to know difference between Ayurvedic and Siddha medicine. I will come in some other class because of lack of time. But essentially, the basic principles are same in both of them. Okay, since it's Ayurveda, Vedic concepts are a little different from Siddha concepts. They do not have 96 tattvas. They have deleted 12 tattvas for some reason. I will tell you later on. But the completion comes in Siddha medicine. Okay, so please believe this. Since as a follower of, there is no competition between Siddha and Ayurveda, nothing. Some people think of that. That is different. But our main aim is to get the truth clarity, and achieve whatever Siddhas have achieved. And of course, Babaji's knowledge. Okay, so that's the main thing. So in this, in Siddha medicine, we have these three humors, just like in Ayurveda, and balancing these three humors is very important to your original constitution. Balancing. When Vata goes higher, then you get a lot of disease of the air, like air problem in your joint. You have arthritis, and that is a Vata kind of disease. Indigestion, that's a Vata kind of disease. Same thing, Pitta. When Pitta goes, your mind doesn't function properly. Mind is not steady, and it has problem. And you have more fire. The skin doesn't feel comfortable. You feel itching sensation. Pitta. When Kapha goes up, then you have this cough. You have phlegm in your body. We talked to Kapha a lot. Kapha is the main reason for the death also, ultimately. So Kapha goes, you have more problems of the lungs and so on. Okay, Vatam, Pittam, Kapha. Now, how do you find that it is gone, increasing and decreasing? Through the nadis. Pulse reading. Pulse reading is very, very important in Siddha knowledge. Of course, in Ayurveda also. There is a way to read the pulse. Expert Siddha medicine doctors, they will know how to read the pulse. The three pulse, Vata pulse, Pitta pulse, and Kapha pulse. They see the pulse, the three fingers. There are some poems on this. There are some indications. We'll learn a little bit later on. Very important concepts. So by looking at the pulse, they will know Vata is more, Vata is less. Pitta is more, Pitta is less. So they recognize the increased humor or lesser humor. Remember, these humors are affected by your food, changing seasons, the mental conditions, and everything. Now, based on this, then they prescribe the medicine. Noi nadi, noi mudal nadi. The disease, reason, which humor. That is what they come under. Then they give the medicines, Siddha medicine, through the herbals. They do make some medicines, it's true, but all of them from herbals only. All of them from plants only. Okay, very important thing. So, pulse reading, three humors, and nature of the plants, and using different combinations of these plants. More combination, more effect. So plants also have this nature, Vata nature, Pitta nature, Kapha nature. If somebody needs a Vata character, Vata nature, then they will give the plants of Vata nature. Somebody is more of Kapha, then they will give plants which have the Pitta nature. Pitta is fire. So give black pepper, which is a fiery herbal. So you take off all the water element. Okay, so it looks simple, but it's a little deep. So if a Siddha doctor is a spiritual person, he is a real Siddha doctor. If Siddha doctor is a materialistic business person, he's not a good Siddha doctor too. So the one has to be really spiritual, compassionate, self-realized person, then he will be the perfect Siddha doctor. Very difficult to find these days. That is why we have to take our own Siddha medicine and Siddha things by choosing here and there. Because all these knowledge is involved, all these 96 tattvas are involved, all this self-realization involved. If these guys go only for 5 years of medicine, it's almost like go to 4 years of religious school and then become a priest, right? They don't realize anything. They just study the Bible 4 years. I'm not saying bad about them, at least that they know a little bit. But then from there, in between the lines, they came and preach. Anybody can go to the school, 4 years of reading Bible straight, come and become a priest. Not in Siddha medicine. You have to be a self-realized person to be a good Siddha doctor. That is why, since all of you are meditating or into pranayam, you can be a good Siddha practitioner compared to any other person. Okay, because you are realizing yourself, you're realizing an artist, you're realizing the principles behind which this medicine is based upon. Okay, so now the main important thing I wanted to tell is for our group knowledge. The first thing is to be a diseaseless, have a diseaseless body, diseaseless person. As I know, as I was talking to you before, you have to keep your five senses clean. Five senses clean, and nine bodies openings very clean. Because when you say five senses clean, almost 7 of them are done. Two more on the hip part also it should be clean. All the nine things and five senses, which is your eyes, your ear, your nose, your mouth, your skin, and everything. Very, 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 very important. So as a regular practice, we have some of these materials for our personal use. So whenever I go to India and come back, I always accumulate a lot more stuff. So it is not a business proposal. Try to use them. Whatever we have, I'll give it to you. We have cups like this. We use this for cleaning the eyes. We take the cold water and clean our eyes almost every day because your eye is a very important sense. If I'm not interested, you can get it from here. Or Yoga University website has it. You can come here and get it also. Sometimes we serve this cup for the eyes. And then after cleaning up, we use a solution to clean the eyes. Okay, this is a homeopathic medicine kind of thing. If somebody has this problem of the sight problem or the reading problem, the glasses after 40, all of us have this problem. So this will be reduced also. We have this eye drops. We clean the eyes, then we use the eye drops. Okay. According to Siddha, you have to keep our five senses clean. And then some of you might have heard of Ayurvedic medicine. They have something called neti to clean your nose. There are some methods or procedures by which you should do it. So you can get these also. We have a neti to clean your nose. Remember, even our COVID and other things, the nasal passages should be very clean. That is one of the ways by which these the nose pulling. We do this sesame oil goggling for 20 minutes. So if you're out of sesame oil, so you can buy some sesame oil from the store and take about 20 ml, right? Approximately 20 ml. 20 ml, put in the mouth and keep it for 20 minutes. You can 20 ml for 20 minutes. And it's better to do it in the morning, at least once a day. So that your mouth is clean, all which are there through food and other things, that will be clean too. So, and then we have there are some of the preparations from the ancient text, which they use in different medicines. So this is the mullein oil we have for the ear. So we use it almost every day, at least once a week we use it. Okay. So what else we have? Eyes, we have nose, neti for the nose, oil for the mouth, and for the ear also. Powder, right? Teeth. For cleaning your mouth, we have the tooth powder. Some of you have bought it from me also. Okay. Yeah. We have the tooth powder. That is the tooth powder is amazing tooth powder. This has been some of the herbs. Many of you might have heard it. Tamil, Alam Pallakurudi. We have the which has Alambatte, Vepabatte, and the neem tree powder. All of them are combined together. Okay, we have it. Additionally, we always say extra for our friends to get it. So if you are interested, you can get it from this also. Okay. This is called, this is for the tooth powder. What else? Of course, for skin, you use sesame oil, right? So sesame oil, you lightly apply to the dry portion of the body, the sesame oil, and that is for the skin. So in Tamil, we say, Mei Vai Kan Mukku Sevi. Your skin, your mouth, your eyes, your ears, and nose. Remember, these five senses are very, very important for your healthy body. That is why they always test. Even if you allopathic medicine, they always look at your eyes and look at your tongue and look at your ear and all those things initially. In Siddha medicine also they do say this, but here consciously we practice, consciously we clean, right? We clean ourselves. So there is nothing going to be wrong. I have seen personally myself, I have seen a lot of changes, including my glasses, right? The glasses, the number goes down, and even without the glasses, sometimes you can read. Okay, so I'm definitely beyond 40. So this is the age, and this is the glass time for me also. Okay, so these are the basic maintenance. If you're really interested, going deep into this, follow the Siddha's knowledge, follow Babaji's advice. Because remember, Babaji's aim was to have all of us to have a deathless body. That is what all his disciples he expects from us. Is we should do whatever we can to get a diseaseless body by using this technique. Again, do not underestimate this technique just because they are very simple. They are very, very important. It has been suggested and recommended in many of the Siddha's texts. And then let's come to this COVID part, COVID-19 part. Now, some of you might have seen as soon as the COVID problem came, people are dying. There was a guy from southern part, the Siddha doctor, by tradition. He said, I have a medicine and I can cure. And he was climbing in the YouTube for a long time, and he was challenging all the rest of the allopathy doctors. And he even went to WHO. He gave a lecture, Geneva, and he also, since it came from China first, from Wuhan, he contacted the Chinese government and he gave the formula. The Chinese government very cunningly, they went and did their own traditional Chinese medicine people. They found the herbs and then they're making their own medicine and then they're selling to other countries now. Okay, so since I'm always in all this, I'm keeping in touch with this. Many of you know in southern part of India, they have all these SARS fever, chikungunya, and all those things. Siddha medicine really helped. We don't have any scientific validation. Siddha medicine help, which allopathic medicine will not really, don't have any scientific basis, they won't accept it. That's a different kind of topic. So I was telling some of you that I'm trying to get this, the so-called Kabasura Kudini, right? Kabasura Kudini, we got it. So we had a lot of problems to get this Kabasura Kudini. I got about 20 packs. Okay, so for our use as well as for our groups, anybody interested in Siddha medicine for the resistance in the body. Because it is written in Tamil, and there are some English words also. If any of you are interested, let me know. I have some only for our group. I had only 20 because of a lot of problems in India. Now people are familiar and know this name. Even the DHL and FedEx people, they charge as a medicine. They charge it as a medicine. So they had to have a special license, it's special prescription, and then special COVID fee. Can you believe they are charging COVID fee to send this medicine? And then the DHL people, they, of course, because of the COVID problem, 144 in India, they did not send it for some time. So I was waiting and waiting, and finally we got the first shipment. So we are using it. It is really good. Remember, I was telling you about this black pepper and other things. This is a real Siddha medicine for prescribed by the Siddha doctors, and it really works, and I strongly believe it. This one has about 15 herbs combined together. The name of the herb is right on the top of the packet. Is if you are interested getting it. I have a few samples. I don't mind sharing with our group and anybody interested also. Let me know. So I have to give the basic idea so that you won't underestimate this Siddha medicine. So ignore it. So whatever as Babaji's followers, we have to respect this knowledge. So all of these are already written there in our ancient scriptures. In fact, this packet has one Siddha's book from which they took the formula. Okay, it is called Siddha Vaidya Tiratu. Siddha Vaidya Tiratu is, since we are strongly following, because we don't want any problem. If any disease or problem comes, use Siddha medicine. Of course, I will recommend if you do regular practice of meditation, regular pranayam, and regular practice of introspection, all those stuff. Your mind is getting clear. Your body is also getting influenced. Chakras are getting cleansed up. So chances of getting disease is much lesser. And even if you get a disease, the amount of time it takes to go away from your body will be much lesser. I used to have 2 weeks to get rid of my cold and cough, which I get usually in the rainy season. And if it comes, a couple of days, that's the maximum for me. I see the changes. So by personal experience, I'm telling you, if you follow some of these techniques and follow the medicine, it will go very quickly. Number one. Number two, use this natural but if some of you can identify the food which is not good for you, food that is making allergic to you or not sleeping, avoid it. Avoid some of those foods. Remember, according to our concept, food is medicine, medicine is food. Okay, and that is another important thing you need to follow. And so first, try to see whether you can adjust your food or even fasting, I will say, without medicine initially. And then even that doesn't help, go to your Siddha medicine. Try to see some of the techniques I was telling, normal, your black pepper, jeera, turmeric, and all those things, for second part, right? Regular, because we are using it regularly in our food. And then even if that doesn't work, I'm telling you step by step to follow as a Siddha practitioner. So third step, try Siddha medicine. Go to the appropriate. It's very difficult to get it here. So if some of you need some help, I can help you. I can recommend you, since I have some basic knowledge on this. I'm not a certified Siddha doctor, but I have a diploma in Siddha medicine, so I know a little bit. So for my own interest, I read that and studied and got it. So I have an idea I can recommend. Okay, so you can try that, or you can yourself go and search and get some Siddha medicine, which is very commonly available in India. And you can get it. And unfortunately, there is no, as such, Siddha medical practice here. Even there is no Ayurvedic practice also. So you can then go to Siddha medicine. Try that Siddha medicine. Even if that doesn't work beyond the limit, then yes, of course, for emergency, you can use allopathic medicine, which is just for emergency. In case some bone breaks or some problem comes, allopathic medicine is not that bad. Okay, you can use it. But again, before going to surgery and this and that, be very, very careful. I always tell my friends and um, close people who are close to me, do not lose any of the organ. Do not cut off anything. Do not go again to surgery unnecessarily. Do not get bypass unnecessarily, because a lot of complications happens because of that. Because the basic knowledge of these allopathic doctors are based on what they studied in anatomy physiology, what they are taught. Remember that their anatomy physiology is only limited to sthola body. We are talking about going beyond sthola body. We have sthola body, we have sukshma body, we have karya body, we have karana body, mahakarana body. Only siddhas know about it. Allopathy people don't know. Of course, through our yoga university, we are trying to put that curriculum in the young budding doctors also. Hopefully, that comes true. But Siddha medicine is Purnam, complete medicine. So please believe that and use it as much as possible. And if you need any help, because we are always here, our university is always here. And hopefully, very soon, the detailed Siddha medicine course we are going to have in our group in Yoga University. We are trying to develop that also. Okay. Um, so at this point, if you have any questions, please ask. If you have comments, please keep the comments at the end. Comments at the end. Only questions. That's since a limited time. Let's take only questions if any of you have any pertinent questions on today's satsang from Babaji. Thanks to Babaji, we have some Siddha's knowledge also. Any questions? Shamji, you have a question?
Okay. Today is a very good session on Siddha medicine, and really, even though I had few little bit of knowledge of Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and Ayurveda, but you have elaborated very briefly on Siddha medicine. It's wonderful to hear that. And I have a question for you. Is I have maybe, and I did a couple of times cleansing of my nostrils.
Uh-huh.
Can you use the catheter?
Oh, okay, Shamji. I don't know how you learned from who, from maybe say Ayurvedic practitioner or from yogic people?
Yoga. When I went to yoga class,
Uh-huh. How did they ask you to do?
They use regular water, then they boiled it, and you just warmed it up, and they put some salt in it, and then try to use it. Is that the right way?
Yes, I was almost tell you. As a science person, remember your salinity in the body fluid is very important. So that is the reason. You know what is salinity, right? Salinity is the salt concentration. In your body fluids is different, and your blood is different. So you have to take not normal tap water. Do not use normal tap water for neti. Some of you are getting this neti from us. Instructions already given, and of course I can explain that in English also. You have to use warm water with a pinch of salt. Now, pinch of salt and warm water is very important for neti because the salinity of this liquid you are forcing through your nostril has to be at least close to equivalent to the salinity of the nasal fluid. You don't want the less salinity of the tap water to absorb some of the salt already in your nasal membranes. So you have to warm up the water, put a little bit of pinch of salt, and dissolve it, and then use it for neti. Okay, so using salt water is very important. Warm water is important too, not hot.
So can I use the tap water and warm it up with salt?
Yeah, try to use some clean water. Like we always use we always use the filtered water. You use the filtered water. Yeah. So not the tap water. Tap water is good sometimes, but filter was good. Yeah, we use the filtered water. Yeah, which comes from the fridge or come from your filter, and then warm the water, add a pinch of salt, and dissolve it completely, and then use it for neti.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Welcome. All right. Any other question? இதேதா அம்மா அம்மா நான் தமிழ் சொல்றேன் அப்புறம் கொஞ்ச நேரம் கழிச்சு உங்களுக்கு. Deepika, you have any question? You're okay? Okay. Nideta, you have a question?
I have another question.
No questions today.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Go ahead, Shamji.
Question. It's the ones that we get the eye drops from from the Walgreens or something like that. What is the difference between the eye drops you are providing for cleaning the eyes?
This is from the herbs, Siddha extract.
Okay.
So whatever is good for. See, in India, what they do, some of the Ayurvedic people, Siddha people, they have this. We call the flower called Nandiya Vattai. The people in Tamil people are South Indian people will know about Nandiya Vattai flower. So what they do usually they take the flowers at the evening time, Nandiya Vattai flower, and then put it in the water. It is there overnight, and then take that water and then put it in the ice. Okay, so in the modern age, it is difficult for us, since we are here. We can't go and search for Nandiya flower and then do all those things. So what they did was they did the extract of this and put this in this solution, and of course they are sterilized and everything, and then they pack it in this small vials. So that is why we use it. So it is the extract of the herbals, which is good for the eyes. I have experienced myself. It's really good. So it is also given as
They have some supply of that.
yeah. That is why I'm showing it to you. I have the supply. You have seen it when you were in your house. You have seen it. So if you want, let me know, and you can get it. Yeah, it's not a problem. Yeah, good. Thank you, Samji. Anybody else? Okay, I think Kumar is not there. And if there is no comment on that, what do you think about Siddha medicine? Nideta, what do you think about Siddha medicine? Have you ever heard of it through Govindan or somebody else? Have you ever heard from your family about Siddha medicines? Have you ever practiced?
So
Yeah.
it's very Powerful.
Yeah. Deepika, how about you? Have you ever heard of it? I'm sure you might have heard of Ayurvedic medicine. Have you ever heard of Siddha medicine? Almost similar. Have you ever used it?
No, Manohar, I have never heard of specifically Siddha's medicine, but I have used Ayurvedic medicine and I have heard about it. I would like to try a couple of them. Maybe I'll ask Jayashree about them and then we'll go.
Yeah, she's familiar with that, so you can ask her. Try to use some of them and check. There's nothing wrong in, since we have open mind. Yeah. Yeah, we have something for skin also. Yeah.
It says
We mainly use. We'll let you know. Yeah. Okay. Kumar Sharmini Goliama. Shumar Ilya. Kumar Petara. Okay. All right. So I think the comments. Any other comment, Shamji or anybody else have any comments on this other than the questions?
Today's lesson was very, very good.
Okay.
And I've learned I knew some of it, like Vaka Pitta Kappa and Ayurveda. I read some books. And I was not really, I was curious, that's all. But I do believe that our food habits that, we're brought up with, Indian cooking, it definitely has all these ingredients because we have jeera, we have haldi, we have the pepper. We use all these things in a moderate when we cook our food. And definitely that has got some medicinal value. When you said food is medicine, medicine is food, I completely agree with you that the food we take is the medicine, and that means it is giving, it is nourishing our body, and at the same time, it is also cleansing our body with any kind of viruses, anything that is there in the body, because the modern research on turmeric powder that is healthy, it has been noted that it has got a lot of medicinal benefits. Now they are agreeing to what we have been doing for last 5,000 years from India. Now when it comes from Stanford University or some other universities for Western, everybody opens up their eyes. Oh my goodness, this is it. Well, now they're trying to make it capsule forms and trying to sell, they're selling the turmeric. So that's good because they went to China and they explained to him how to do it. And then they take it and they try to make it on their own. And then
this is what I was talking about. Yeah.
Said about Siddha doctor, you're absolutely right. He's not just treating your body.
Yeah.
He knows that you have 5 seras, and he is because they also know, and it is proven that mind affects the body. The thought process in your mind do affect your body. Like for example, when you got a lot of anger, your blood pressure goes up. So there's a lot of connection between mind and body, and the thought process that we have in the mind. Suppose you have jealousy in your mind, that creates a lot of problems for you. Suppose you have fear in your mind, that creates a lot of problems for you.
Yes.
So these things affect our, and people don't realize that. And but they think, we can take a pill and get rid of it. But the thoughts in your mind. When you have fear, then you get stomachache, you get knots in your stomach, and when you have fear, there also creates, when you have jealous in your mind, it creates a lot of headaches. So all these things are very important for us to learn that Arshid what is Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsya. Those are very subtle these things in our mind, and that affects our mind, which we have to be how to take care of that. And you also explain how to take care of that. Then you have klesha, that is the avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, and abhinesha. That when we translate that, that is ignorance. Now you are giving us some knowledge, of Siddha knowledge. Because we don't have before the Siddha knowledge, we are ignorant. Number two is that we just believe whatever the doctors say, when we got allopathy doctor, whatever they say, and you're absolutely right. Because allopathy doctors are trained to treat only your body. They're not trained to treat anything else. And then they just read the yoga, they read the generals, and then they get the medicine, then they prescribe the medicine. So you can't blame them. Number two is you are talking about all these different shariras, different bodies, put together, the layers of body, Annamaya Kosa, Pranamaya Kosa, Manomaya Kosa, Ujnanamaya Kosa, all these are intertwined. One cannot just really realize that except the Sitra medicine practitioner, he realizes because he is here the body, he can check your pulse and he can find out. But we have to be very careful which Siddha doctor you pick.
Go to,
A lot of people, they have knowledge is dangerous. So a lot of people, a few years they take and they think they know, but they can misdiagnose. That's why very important you learn to know the Siddha doctor. Today's lesson is wonderful. And
Thank you, Ranjit.
the information you have given is very good. And it is up to us who are listening, to take it and practice it and benefit of it. And I thank you very much for today's lesson.
Okay, thank you, Sanjay. Thank you. Sure. Yeah, Deepika.
One more, I would like to add something to it. A couple of years ago, I went to India, and there is a doctor in, like a family friend, and he is Ayurvedic doctor.
Uh-huh.
He diagnosed me for gallstone without any tests.
Wow.
No blood test, nothing. I had no symptoms whatsoever in my body. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But to tell me just by reading my pulse.
Wow.
You need to go get your ultrasound done. And Lord, they found like a vial full of stones.
Wow.
All that.
Amazing. Mm-hmm.
No doctor, nothing, no, we haven't diagnosed me. I had no symptoms. They were very silent stones, as we call it. They say that it is more dangerous to have silent stone than the one that actually, you get, you feel that you have stone, you have indigestion and things like that.
Mm.
The ones I have were silent, absolutely silent. And nobody could tell me that. And I was looking for anything. He just was reading my pulse. And he told me to go get a car for abdominal.
Amazing.
So many stones in the bladder.
Mm. Should be a good realized Ayurvedic doctor. Yeah. Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
yes. The science is actually, it's amazing. I mean, if you look into it,
yeah.
It's astonishing actually. How can they read such things?
Right.
Just by pulse, nothing else, nothing at all.
Mm.
It makes you believe in it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Makes you believe in it.
Yes, believe in it.
Yep. Mm. Thank you, Deepika ji. Thank you. Anybody else? Any other comment? Okay.
Shiva?
Yeah, sure. இப்போ சொல்கிறேன் நான் கொஞ்சம் என் முடிவில் வந்து இருங்க. ஓம் நம சிவாய. ஓம் நம சிவாய. ஓம் நம சிவாய. சிவாய நமய நவசிம மவய நசிசிய நமவ வசிமய ஓம். சிவாய நமய நவசிம மவய நசிசிய நமவ வசிமய ஓம். சிவய நமய நவசிம மவய நசிசிய நமவ
Vasimagana
Shivaya Namah.
Yana Vasima Mavayana Siya Namava Vasimayana
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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Okay, bye. Okay. Thank you. Thanks all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye guys. Sorry.
நீங்க வந்து ஜெயஸ்ரீ நம்பர் தெரிஞ்சதுன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து மெசேஜ் பண்ணுங்க, நான் கூப்பிடுறேன். நான் கூப்பிட்டு வந்து சொல்லலாம். உங்களுக்கு எப்போ ஃப்ரீயா இருப்பீங்க? ஒரு 1/2 hour ஆகும், 1/2 hour 40 minutes ஆகும். நாளைக்குன்னா மண்டேயா? மண்டே எனி அதர் டேயா? டியூஸ்டே வச்சுக்கலாமா? டியூஸ்டே எப்போ, எந்த நேரத்துக்கு சொல்லுங்க. மார்னிங்கா? மார்னிங் ஒரு 10-11 வச்சுக்கோ. சரி. டியூஸ்டே வந்து 10-11 வச்சுக்கலாம். இதுல
மீட்டிங் ஃபார் இட். You want a Zoom meeting?
Yeah, maybe Zoom meeting பண்ணலாம். இதுமே Zoom meeting வேணா பண்ணலாம். Zoom meeting பண்ணிட்டு நீங்க வந்து இந்த யோகா யூனிவர்சிட்டி இந்த யூடியூப் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா? யூடியூப் வீடியோஸ். ஆமா, அதுல வந்து தியரி ஆஃப் மெடிடேஷன் ஒரு வீடியோ இருக்குது. தியரி ஆஃப் 2 வீடியோ இருக்கும், 2 இருக்கும். பார்ட் 1 பார்ட் 2. தியரி ஆஃப் மெடிடேஷன் முடிஞ்சா பாருங்க, இன்னைக்கு நாளைக்கு. ஸோ அதை பார்த்துட்டீங்கன்னா அப்புறம் வந்து உங்களுக்கு அந்த பேசிக்ஸ் தெரிஞ்சுன்னா அப்புறம் மந்திரம் மட்டும் கொடுக்கணும், அவ்வளோதான். அதோட முடிஞ்சிடும். ஸோ டியூஸ்டே வந்து ஒரு அரௌண்ட் 10-10:30 10-11 உங்களுக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணிட்டு உனக்கு பண்ணுறேன். உங்கள் ஃபோன் நம்பர் மட்டும் ஜெயஸ்ரீட்ட கொடுத்துருங்க. ஓகே ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ. வில் see you on Tuesday. ஓகே. ஆமாம்மா, ஆமாம், உங்களுக்கு மந்திரம் முழுக்க சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும். வேணா நீங்களும் செவ்வாய்க்கிழமை வர முடியுமா? காலையில செவ்வாய்க்கிழமை காலையில இன்னைக்கு தான் உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு மந்திரம் சொல்லி கொடுப்பேன், எப்படி தவம் பண்றது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கொடுத்துருவேன் நான். இப்போ எங்க குமார் வீட்டு இருக்கீங்களா, கோகி வீட்டு இருக்கீங்களா? கோகி வீட்டு இருக்கீங்களா? ஓகே. கோகிட்ட சொல்லுங்களேன். கோகிட்ட சொல்லுங்க இந்த மாதிரி. அப்படியா? சரி, சர்மிட் தான் சொல்றேன் நான். குமார் சர்மிட் சொல்றேன். அந்த டைமுக்கு கரெக்டா அவங்க வந்து உங்களுக்கு போட்டாங்கன்னா நீங்க உடனே ரெடியா இருங்க. நீங்க போட்டுட்டு நான் வந்து உங்களை ஷர்மிட்ட சொல்றேன். அவங்களுக்கு வீடியோ பண்ணி பார்க்கணும் நீங்க. அதுக்கு முன்னே அந்த வீடியோ இருக்குது யூடியூப்ல, அது அவங்க சொல்லுவாங்க. சொன்னேன், அதை நீங்க பாத்துருங்க. பாத்துட்டீங்கன்னா ஈஸியா இருக்கும் அன்னைக்கு செவ்வாய்க்கிழமை. ஓகேயா? சரி, நான் செவ்வாய்க்கிழமை பண்ணலாம். உங்களுக்கு ஷர்மிட்டி குமார்ட்ட சொல்றேன் நான். அப்புறம் இன்னைக்கு வந்து என்ன பேசணும்னா, இந்த சித்த மருத்துவத்தை பத்தி பேசணும் இன்னைக்கு இங்கிலீஷ்ல. அம்மா உங்களுக்கு கேக்குதா? குமார் அம்மா கேக்குதா? சரி, பரவாயில்ல. ஷர்மி அம்மா சொல்றேன் நானு. அதாவது இன்னைக்கு சித்த மருத்துவத்தை பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருந்தோம். சித்த மருத்துவத்தில் என்ன வந்து முக்கியத்துவம், என்ன சித்தர்கள் வந்து ஏன் வந்து சித்த மருத்துவத்தை வந்து கண்டுபிடிச்சாங்க, அது வந்து என்ன தத்துவம் இருக்குது, உடம்புல வந்து 72,000 நாடி இருக்குது. இந்த அந்த நம்மளும் சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, வத உடம்பு, பித்த உடம்பு, கப உடம்புன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. உங்களுக்கு அந்த வத்தம் நிறையா இருக்குன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதெல்லாம் என்ன அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம் அதுக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன். அப்புறம் வந்து இந்த உடம்புல வந்து இந்த ஐம்புலன்கள் சொல்லுவாங்க, மெய், வாய், கண், மூக்கு, செவின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லைங்களா, அதெல்லாம் வந்து சுத்தமா வச்சுக்கணும். நோய் இல்லாமல் வாழ முடியும்னு சொல்றாங்க சித்தர்கள். சித்தர்கள் வந்து நாங்க சொல்லுவாங்களே, நோயற்ற வாழ்வே குறைவற்ற சொல்லும் தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, அது மாதிரி வந்து டிசீஸ் இல்லாமல் இருந்தா தான் நம்ம வந்து இந்த ஆன்மீகத்துல முன்னேற முடியும். உடம்பு நல்லது தானே நம்ம வந்து நல்லா திங்க் பண்ண முடியும். அதனால வந்து அது முக்கியத்துவம்னு சொல்றோம். பாபாஜி சொல்றாரு, அது வந்து உடம்பு வந்து ரொம்ப ஆரோக்கியம் வச்சு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம் அப்படிம்பாரு. அதனால சித்த மருத்துவம் வந்து இந்த சித்தர்கள் சொல்ற பாட்டுகள்லாம் வந்து சித்த மருத்துவம் அது கூடவே வந்துடும். அகஸ்தியர், திருமூலர் எல்லாம் வந்து அதை பத்தி சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. அதான் இன்னைக்கு பேசிக்கிட்டு இருந்தோம் அதை பத்தி. சொல்லிட்டு எப்படி இந்த இந்த தமிழ்நாட்டுல வந்து இப்ப இந்த கபசுர குடிநீர் வந்து நல்லது அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. கபசுர குடிநீர். அதனால அது வந்து நான் வாங்கியிருக்கோம். ரொம்ப நாளா அது வராம இருந்துச்சு. இப்பதான் வந்து வந்திருக்குது, கொஞ்சம் ஒரு 20 பாக்கெட் வந்திருக்குது நம்ம வீட்டுல. யாராச்சும் நமக்கு ஓகே, நான் குமார்ட்டு சப்மிட் சொல்றேன். நான் உங்க வீட்டுல இருந்து அதுல அதே இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் போட்டிருக்கு, பாக்கெட்லேயே போட்டிருக்குது. இன்னும் எப்படி கொதிக்க வச்சு எப்படி கஷாயமா சாப்பிடணும் அப்படின்னுட்டு. ஸோ அதை சாப்பிட்டா வந்து உங்களுக்கு அந்த எதிர்ப்பு சக்தி நிறைய வந்துடும். அதனால வந்து நம்ம பயப்பட வேண்டியதில்லை. தப்பி தவறி நம்ம வெளியே போறோம், மாஸ்க் போடல, ஏதாச்சும் பேசுறோம் அப்படின்னா அது எதிர்ப்பு சக்தி நிறைய வந்துடுது. அதனால அது வந்து நம்ம ப்ரொடெக்ட் பண்ணோம். அது வந்து சயின்டிஃபிக்காக ப்ரூவ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க நம்ம ஊர்ல. ஸோ அதனால நீங்க அதையும் வாங்கிக்கிங்க. நம்ம குமார்ட்டு சப்மிட் சொல்றேன் நான். அதையும் வாங்கிட்டு கோக்கிக்கும் அவங்க வீட்டுக்கெல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ணேன். ஓகே ஓகே, உங்களுக்கு டெஃபினட்டா வச்சிருக்கேம்மா, வச்சிருக்கேன், சொல்றேன் உங்கள்கிட்ட கொடுக்குறேன் நான். ஓகேயா, அதுதான் சொன்னோம். ஓகே, நோ ப்ராப்ளம். வேற எதுவும் கொஸ்டின் இருக்கா உங்களுக்கு? அப்புறம் அப்படிங்களா? இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசும்போது வெரி குட். உங்களுக்கு புரியுதா? இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசினா புரியுதா ஓரளவுக்கு? புரியுமா? ஓகே, வெரி குட். தேங்க்யூ. பாட்டம். வணக்கம். Yes, Shyamji, yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you about one kind of thing is, I'm getting, I don't know if it is called, I don't know if it is kapha or whatever it is. I'm really sure exactly, because it's overacting of kapha in my constitution.
Right.
I'm wondering, I get a lot of, I had this problem before also, but now I notice more that I'm getting, in my mouth, not actually mouth, I get this phlegm in my throat.
Right.
So I have to clear it quite often, and then spit it out. So is there anything? Before it was not that bad. Now it is coming badly. How do I play when I get? It is like alert when I used to get dry throat. How do I correct the situation? How this phlegm is forming in my throat? Then I have to spit it out.
Right. So phlegm is the main enemy for the good health. By aging creates more of this phlegm also. In fact, the last part of the life is mainly the phlegm is the main enemy. That is where the problem comes. Many of the problems. So according to Siddhas, phlegm has to be removed from the body, mental and other problems also. So they have a lot of herbs they suggest to use for cleaning the phlegm. One of the important herb is the black pepper. So black pepper is a medicine called Trikadugam. Trikadugu. In Ayurveda, it is called Trikadugam. And that has ginger, wallpepper, and also black pepper. All those three are there. You can use that.
Ginger, black pepper, and what is other pepper?
Wallpepper. I don't know whether you heard of it.
What is that wallpaper?
Okay, wallpaper is like a leaf. A lot of peppers inside. And in India you can get it. For that you can use a cayenne pepper. That's also okay. You doing it yourself, You can get this Siddha medicine if you know any Ayurvedic people, you can get it, or we have some, we can give it to you. Number one. Number two, we also have another herb. It's called Thuduvalai. All these herbs really they have more of fire. We have herb that has more fire property. They will take out this kava or water. Okay, so they choose the herb which has property as a fire. That is why the black pepper is very important. So try to use a lot of black pepper in the meantime. Whenever you have this kapha problem, the black pepper rasam, you can use it, or take about.
How do I use the black pepper? Do I put it in my food or
No.
the black pepper?
No. What you do, take 10, 5, say, for your age, yeah, take 5 black pepper first, make it into powder. Then if you have the, okay, that is one of the things you can do. Or we have some other herbal called Thuduvala powder. See, we have a powder called the Thuduvala powder. I can give it to you. Yeah, go ahead, Samji.
So you told me to get 5 black pepper in a round form, right? They come in round form.
Yeah, and
And then we
make it into powder. Yeah, fresh corn. They call black pepper corn, right? And make it into powder. Yeah.
Get it in our Indian store, right?
Yeah. And then make it into powder. Do you have honey in your house? Do you keep it all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah, mix with honey.
Yes, I do.
Mix with honey to taste it, and then take it.
Okay, so I get 5 every day, 5 black peppers, make it into powder, and then.
No, whenever you have this problem, take it 3 times a day for 3 days.
Okay.
So if you're going to, if you do 3 times a day, then about 3 peppers each time. If you're doing only 1 time a day, I will ask you to take about
Or 2 peppers.
Yeah, 3 is okay.
3 is okay. 3 times a day, 3 peppers, make it into a churna, make it into powder, and then mix it with honey. Take it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that and see what happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get the black pepper? Can I get it from public or?
Yeah. You can get anywhere. Yeah.